Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Stoneshard, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our guide for complete beginners and our amazing Revenger Velmir. We're almost 3rd level. And that's going to be great. We got to be careful here. There's another key to get. We're going to get it. And just remember, as you move around and you uncover new territory, just search for traps. It takes a turn to examine surroundings, so don't do it when there's enemies close to you, but try to do it whenever possible, because you will automatically find secret doors and traps, and it can mean a difference between life and death. Also, if you do it sooner rather than later, then you can find the traps even before you engage the enemy, like right there. And then if I find an enemy in here, like this guy, I know not to step right there. So he's coming. I'm going to use a charge and just disarm that trap, and oh boy, I leveled up. Now, that's awesome. And we're going to go ahead and just spend our point on perception right now so that we have better accuracy for this fight. And let's see, what skill do we want, huh? We could take Shield Breaker, which is a nice passive skill. But I think early what I really like to do is take skills that are active. So if I have a really tough situation, I could just use my energy as a resource and lean into that real heavily to get a power spike. So if I do get 2 or 3 guys, I could just burn somebody down really quickly. And Seize the Initiative is great because it boosts accuracy, reduces fumble, helps with your cooldowns and your energy cost, and it stacks, and it's just great. So we're going to take this, and we're going to put it right there. So now we can work this into our kit. Now I am going to pull this guy back a little bit, just to make sure he doesn't have a buddy, and he doesn't look like he does. So we can just step back. We're not going to use Warcry, because we don't want him wandering around confused. However, what we're going to probably do here is, I'm going to put these in the right order. So we're going to bring them in with Hooking Chop, then Seize the Initiative, and then Dismember. Now, you could Seize the Initiative after you Dismember, so that the bleed inflicted by the Dismember has an extra turn to go, and that's worth considering. I like the accuracy boost. Now, I believe the game doesn't tell you this, but anytime you're using an active skill on your bar here or wherever, they inherently, these skills have a increased accuracy chance over just a regular attack. So it's probably, more likely to hit, but you don't want it to miss, and you want to make sure this lands. And then when you use it, this can cool down faster, and it can require less energy. So we're just going to wait, and you can push 2 to get this ready. And if you use a skill, like you're priming Hooking Chop, and you see the guy's not in my range, just right-click. Doesn't take any time. Just push spacebar again, wait for him. And then now we'll use it. We'll Seize the Initiative on this dude. Seize the Initiative is an attack, and now you can see the effect right here. So we have 2 stacks of it for 2 turns. We're going to have all of these benefits. Additionally, it also hits them with initiative loss, which you don't see this right away, but look at this. It applies the target with minus dodge chance and minus block chance, and delivers a strike to the least protected body part. Yeah, you know what? I love doing this first because of the accuracy, but if this is already going to hit a body part, maybe we want to dial on, hit that body part again with Seize the Initiative. So we might play with the order of that. We might look at that. Because, his head he's in awful shape. And you can always mouse over. I did this by shift left clicking the enemy or right click to inspect. And you could see the effects that they're under and just get mouse over to get this. But this guy's dead. I mean, I could Dismember, but I don't even need to. Probably right there, if there was another enemy especially, you don't use Dismember because you want to have an extra ability that's off of cooldown. And that's what's nice about Seize the Initiative, is that it gives us another active ability to do. So you've seen some fights where like both hooking chop and dismember are on cooldown, so we can't use them. And the two-handed skills are pretty long cooldowns. So, you know, if you're fighting enemies rapidly, that is going to be a factor. I don't think there's anybody left over here. I think we destroyed them all. There is a trap in here. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to pick this. And, hey, take it all. Okay. The oil sells. The cloak is garbage. And the hay, we don't need it. 13 coins is absolutely no joke. The candle is garbage value-wise. Too big. Okay. Of course, if you had a completely empty inventory, sure, take it. But, well, we could eat that. So we don't... this is the storage room. It appears locked. And we don't have the final key yet, so we got to go get that. And we're probably going to encounter the boss when we do this. So we're optimistic. Let's just make sure that we won't... Okay, great. Sometimes what I like to do, like if there's a double-doored room, and I feel like it's going to be a boss or some big group of enemy, sometimes what I like to do is just check my hunger and my thirst before I go into the fight. You see I'm actually at 20% pain, which is not great. I could smoke right here if I wanted to. It does slow down your attacks, though. But the reason I'm checking this is I don't like to have the hunger debuff or thirst debuff, which appear at the lowest threshold at 25%, just trigger while I'm in combat and make the fight harder. Like, let's go ahead and eat and drink if I need to so that doesn't happen, but it's not going to happen. I do need some space to pick up a key. And we actually have, with the tomato and the cabbage, we could cook some more, which is cool. But we don't need to do that right now. We could just drop some of this, you know, Manshire fortified if we need to. Actually, probably a smoking mix. Anyway, let's go up here. Open it. Search for traps. Step up. Step up. There's a trap. Oh. Okay. So, interesting. Let me look around. Oh, okay, there's there's this whole area down here I haven't gone. This is the kitchen. A lot of human encampments will have an area like this where they just have a cooking place, and they usually will have food in here or around that you can use, like these tomatoes and buns and things. I'm just going to drop some smoking mix, pick up tomato, and we can do some cooking. And it's really nice to just have a place to eat. You can also, yeah, they have water, which is phenomenal. Sometimes clicking doesn't work, like if there's a position issue, and so you could try to move around and left click to get there. Alright, so there's some barrels down here. We need to disarm this, but if I look at my crowbar, you see we're down to 4 charges. I'm not going to use it anymore for traps. I've been a little greedy. I'm going to wait for just locks. And now, if I look at like vegetable salad, tomato, onion, leek, garlic, I don't have that. Green salad, though, I can do this. No, I can't. It's a weird mix. If I pick up the mushroom, though, I can make a mushroom salad. So not my favorite, but let's do it. So we're going to cook, and we're going to take these 2 mushrooms, and we'll just roast them, and then we'll add in this and that, and make a mushroom salad. Excellent. So I kept 1 tomato just in case, because if we get the other ingredient, we're going to want that. I don't have a plate or anything to eat this with, so let's figure out which of our dishes will spoil the quickest. And let's just eat this mushroom salad here. It makes me slightly full, but that's okay. It's good just to have so much food. And we're going to go down here. So we are leaving that trap because I don't have enough means for dealing with them right now. There's another trap up here. Okay, and here is a enforcer, low danger. He does have a two-handed weapon. I always keep track of guys with two-handed weapons because they can just do a ton of damage. So, and then there's another guy coming out, which is just a regular goon. So we have two enemies, no problem. I'm going to walk them all the way back to the entrance. There's a possibility the guy in the back loses interest, but that isn't what's happening. I'm going to war cry and see who gets confused and just wait. And neither of them got confused, but we do get battle rage. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to hook this guy in. And I'm going to seize the initiative. And look at this guy. He's at 39%. I'm actually just going to kill him regular. And then save my dismember for this next guy. I'm going to just push spacebar to wait for him to come to me. It's a classic roguelike tactic. You never want to, in a turn-based roguelike or turn-based RPG, you don't want to move toward them because then they just get to attack you unless you have some ability that lets you move and attack. So you just push spacebar or number key 5 to wait and let them come to you. And then we're going to dismember. And you could see we hurt his arm and he's bleeding. And he's trying to run. And he's dead. Money. There's a rag. Do I have another rag? I don't, but I don't really need anything. I didn't get hurt that badly. My hand did get, it is hurt a bit. So I am going to patch that up, I think. I don't want this to get worse. So sometimes you do a preventative strike. 2% hit point loss is not a big deal, but if that hand gets further injured, and then we can't hold our weapon, or we get some massive minus to using our weapon, that would be sad indeed. All right, let's keep going down here. Deet, deet, deet. And there is a bad guy right here who is, I'll just inspect him. He's just a goon. But there could be a boss in here. We'll see. Let's just walk this guy back. See if he's got a friend. He doesn't. Or it doesn't look like it. And we'll just hook him up. Seize. Dismember, and he's dead. So now we have a kind of a nice 3-hit combo that's going to take most low-danger enemies down very easily. We're just kind of searching for traps, looking around, and seeing if there's anything to break, which I think there's a crate over here, right? Oh, I stepped in the noise trap. Oh, and there's another trap, okay. So I had been searching for traps, but I didn't when I stepped here, and then that was the consequence. Now, a noise trap, obviously you hear it makes noise, and it alerts enemies within range of that noise, but nobody could really hear it. You don't see anybody coming. Well, there's another rag if we need a bandage. I don't, though. Okay. And here comes some dude, and we'll just kind of move back and see how many we're getting. It's just this guy. So I'm just going to push spacebar, hook him, seize the initiative, dismember. He's toast. And I'm going to rest to restore energy, but also to get my cooldowns back. And then now we're good. And here comes some other idiot. And let's just try to lure them out. Remember, we're just bringing them one at a time, pulling them back so we don't get overwhelmed. And as soon as they get into range, bring them over, show them our new abilities. We've got a bunch of new skills. They're really happy. You can tell to see them all. All right. Just walking in, searching for traps. This appears to be the room, yeah, that the boss is in. There he is. And this is the boss, Dietrich the Dodger. And so this guy is still low danger, but he does have some annoying abilities. He's got a kick, which is rough. And he is certainly, even though it says low danger, he's going to be tougher than the regular guys. There might be one other dude with him, but we might have been able to kill most of his guys. Let's kind of walk around this post. And he sees us, and here we go. I'm going to use the full kit, so I am going to war cry, even though it might confuse this guy. We'll push space. He's not confused. Bring him to me. But he is... No, he wasn't even dazed. That's okay. Seize the initiative. Dismember. And we just ripped him apart. He has a necklace. He has a coin purse that has some money. So what we're going to do is just get rid of some items here just so we can pick this up. So he's got a necklace. We don't have a necklace. This necklace is great. It's a tier 2, gives me bonus to health restoration, and makes it harder for us to be controlled, which is cool. I'm going to just merge this pouch with my own pouch and then dump the empty pouch. I don't need to carry that. Pouches do have a limit, so if you had like 1,500 coins, you can open this up. You can see it takes 2,000. It can take 20 stacks of money that go up to 100, but then you're probably going to have valuables and stuff in here. So you might want to have 2 pouches if you're loaded, but we're not, so I'm not going to carry it because it just takes up space. I'm checking his bookshelf. I really would have liked to have seen a book there. He doesn't have one. He does have a beet, though, which is great for our cooking. Okay, that's no good. And here's the guy's bedroom. So his bedside table will be locked. That's why we're saving the remainder of our charges. And he has... Cool. This is a better necklace for us because it has an accuracy boost, which is what we need. We cannot miss. This silver clasp can go into our pouch. The money, obviously, can go into our pouch. And this king's bust does sell, so we probably want that. But our inventory is kind of bursting at the proverbial seams. So what do we drop? I'm going to drop some smoking mix. These aren't really that great. They don't sell as much as you'd like, considering their size. The cabbage is enormous that we have. So what I'm going to do is actually eat the cabbage just to get our hunger all the way down and then pick that up. And then we could pick... this will sell easily, more easily than the smoking mix anyway. But the smoking mix is worth more than this oil. So I'll do that. Okay, and we're just kind of making the best of it by picking up stuff and figuring out what we can carry and what we can't. There's some meat up there if we wanted it. I'm not, like, over the moon, like I have to have that. No, not at all. Okay, there's another rag, a penny bun. Here is a shield, which is garbage, doesn't sell that well. Spool of thread, okay, that's not bad. It sells for 50 and it's 2. Oh, right. I forgot about this. I'm going to use my enchantment scroll on my weapon right here. And you could see all this did in blue. It made this nimble. You could see in the green text. So you can get green, blue, purple items, etc. And this is blue, has 1 enchantment, which reduces our cooldowns by 4%. And that's not a lot, but it's, you know, it's something. We'll take it. Okay, but that, you know what he didn't have is the key. So we got to go find that. But now the boss is dead. Here's a guy. Let's just pull him back and see if it's just him. Looks like it. Okay. And he's gone. And he had the key. And we will pick this up instead of a smoking mix like that. And we can go fry an egg or something like that if we want to, but we're doing great. Here's a bad guy. Cool. Is it just you? It is. So I'm just going to wait, bring him over. Excellent. Another trap. Remember, we're not disarming anything at this point because we just don't have that many charges. Another spool of thread. We can make a lot of money from thread in this place, which is funny. Let's go use the storage key, and then those will be free from our inventory. Ooh, okay. So, this is okay. Actually, it's not like an ooh. I mean, you can craft some advanced items without a crafting kit, which is okay. But we're not going to be doing a ton of that right now. One thing we can do, though, is we could perhaps go cook if we wanted to. But instead, I'm going to go over here and just open this up. Did it. Now we need to pick up a shipment. Search for traps. And the problem with this is we don't have any space. So there are a couple things that you can do here. We can get a backpack, and we could talk about that. But these gold candelabras we definitely want because you could see they sell for a ridiculous amount. So, you know, we're like nickel and diming with certain items, but these things are insane. This is what we need to take back, is this giant shipment of building materials. So that's sad. And there's some really bad meat here that we could use, but we can make a skewer with it. So I'm going to go like this. I need a stick, actually. Oh, you know what? I think if I eat my... Okay. So we need to pick up the shipment to complete the quest. Here's what we're going to do, though. I'm going to go back to the exit right here. And sometimes what you want to do is just avoid a situation where the dungeon could close on you. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to walk over here and I'm going to drop some stuff. And I'm going to drop like the rope, these smoking mixes, like so. Let me see if I can find a stick. Yeah, here you go. I'm going to cook a meat skewer here. Delicious. And I'm just trying to drop enough stuff so that I have room to carry the shipment crate. And it's big. I think it's 4x3. So let's see if we can get that room. We are keeping the valuable stuff. So this, how hungry are we? 4%. We're not even hungry enough to really eat, and that's okay. I don't believe that this can go in there yet, can't. I'm even going to drop that. It just makes enough space for us. And then that way, I can go back inside. Those items should stay there. Sometimes even the containers outside will reset, but as is, we should be good. I'm just going to go here and pick up the stuff. But you can see this quest has really, really helped us get money because those... oh, it's even bigger than I thought. Good God. There we go. No, I was right. Okay. 4x3. So we have no extra space. And we can look in these containers to see if there's anything else that we want. It looks empty there. Okay. So there's an egg and smoking mix and, you know... I think we've searched everything, though. And I'm going to call it a victory. And so now what we do is we just go to the exit. And there's still some nice stuff out here that we can get if we want to come back. And we might. You know, it might be financially a smart idea to retrace our steps. But for now, we're good to go. Now, eventually, one thing we could do, if we want to just drop this training crossbow and not bother even using it, we could put our crowbar up here to give us some more inventory space. But I'm still sometimes using my crossbow, especially when I walk back right now. I'm going to be using it. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and walk along the top of the map to the edge to get home. I'm not worried about the most efficient route. I'm just trying to stay alive. You hear the feral dog? So it's down here. It spotted us, and that's why you're on the edge. You just take a step up. Now, it might follow us. It's possible. But I think it was too far away. So it's going to stay on the screen below us. So let's go ahead and drink. And then we'll walk over one and not have to fight it. Now, feral dogs are easy. We could beat them. But sometimes you're like, I just am not doing that right now. I'm just trying to get back to Osbrook. Now, you can return this contract that's now completed. We're at the mill, by the way. We can rest here if we want. I'm actually going to. I'll show you in a moment. Sometimes you want to return contracts in different locations. So we could return our contract at the roadside tower, and wherever you can return it is going to have this fleur-de-lis on it. You can return it to the roadside tower for more money but less reputation in Osbrook. You could return it to Osbrook for the most reputation gain in Osbrook, or you could return it to the magistrate for reputation in Bryn, the big city. And there's arguments for all, but at the beginning of the game, I like to build my reputation with Osbrook because it makes everything cheaper, and it makes the merchants carry more inventory that's higher level, and I believe it helps. It makes them pay you more for the contracts that you do. It just has all kinds of benefits, and we're going to be operating out of Osbrook for a while at the beginning of the game here as we do enough contracts. So I like to just build my rep up there. Later, when you get maybe you level up to like benevolence with Osbrook, then you want to start grinding rep for Bryn, or maybe you want money and you turn it in that way, and that's fine. We're home. So, let's go immediately to the Elder. Let's give him the good news. We've got good news. He's going to be thrilled. So, talk to him and say, about my contract, I did it. And so he gives us some money, and beautiful. So now we got a coin purse, we got some cash. I am 10% hungry, so, I could eat this and be exactly just one turn over on that, and that feels good. Now, you could get another contract, but I'm not going to. I'm not getting another contract right now, because what I'm doing is I'm going to just run some errands. And I don't want to be on the clock for the next contract, even though you have enough time. I like to just kind of do my stuff and then go take the contract when I'm ready. So he will buy these candelabrums for 314 each, which is insane early game. That's so much money for us. He also, you'll notice, just happens to have a tier 2 axe for sale. And yes, we used our enchantment scroll on this, but this is just more damage, more body part damage, more accurate, higher counter chance, no built-in fumble chance, higher bleed chance, and more durability. It is a wonderful upgrade for us. Also, guys got better armor. Like, our armor is cool, but it only provides one protection. So, if we wanted to start wearing a little bit heavier armor, we could do that. And because of that, I'm going to sell him these. He also will buy our necklace for a nice price. So, and this iron ingot. He's got all kinds of good stuff, actually, for us. Look at this. He's got tier 2 boots. Let's do this. First, let's sell him this. And let's sell him that. And then I'm going to purchase this. I'll see if he has something better, but he doesn't, of course. We'll buy this. And We need space. Okay, and we'll sell this to him, and we'll just equip that, and then we'll sell this and this. All right, now we're looking good. Next, what we want to do is make sure everything is repaired. So fix your hat, fix your necklace, fix your ring. It's expensive. Repairing is part of the cost of being a mercenary. Repair our crowbar. Excellent. And now, we have a choice. Do you want to buy this? And what would it do for us? It would give us more protection on our chest area. And it gives us more bleed resistance, more counter chance, more dodge chance. It doesn't subtract any energy. In fact, this actually helps us reduce our energy cost. So, wait, I'm sorry. I started looking at the right. Let me scratch that. Our previous, because it's light, gives us the reduction. This is going to reduce our dodge, reduce our max energy, and reduce our energy restoration. But I think for the slashing resistance, the physical resistance, the bleed resistance, it is worth it, and the durability. So I'm going to buy this for us. It costs a whopping 400. And then there's some better gloves right here, which boost our accuracy as well, which is insane. And these cost $294, so that's expensive, but we can afford it because of the candelabrum and the completed mission. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, I'm going to equip this, and then I'm going to equip this. And now we're way more accurate. We can walk down here, I'm going to drink, I'm going to collect water, fill up my water skin, just while we're here. We're going to go to the tailor. And our good buddy the tailor will buy these spools of thread from us, these gloves that we originally bought. And excellent. By the way, inside our pouch, I'm going to open this. We take these valuables out, and we could sell those. I'm not going to buy anything else from him. I kind of feel like we should be wearing heavier armor with our character. Probably not full-on heavy armor, maybe, but at least medium armor. And you'll notice that in the skills, we could go into armored combat and work on that if we wanted to make our life easier. We'd need to find the book for that, but that's not a big deal. I just like a little bit more survivability, because you could see we're pulling the enemy to us, and it's just basically always going to get that first couple of hits on us, and then we kill it. So we just need to survive that. We don't have a shield to block, so I'd like to be a little bit chunkier in our armor throughout. Now, I'm going to go over here. Okay. And I'm going to sell him these two items. And then now, we can look at buying something like these boots right here, which are considerably stronger than what we have, and I will. And now, we've got, like, just really, really nice pieces of equipment. I'm going to go talk to my man. And I'm going to sell him this alcohol. I'm going to sell him these shoes. I'm going to sell him this schematic. So we don't have a lot of money, but we can go back to the site and collect the items to get some more money. And we can even maybe go back inside. We'll see if that's viable. But look at how we've upgraded our character. We got to 3rd level. We have tier 2 weapon. We have tier 2 chest piece, gloves, and shoes. And we are so much stronger as we rock with our two-handed axe Revenger. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I'll check you next time. Take care.